a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Welcome back to I Wani Hug That Gator. Come January, the new semester starts. The final semester and the break and new year provides a nice start to the end. Even Ben seems to be bouncing back. Contrary to his fears, it was business as usual once the break ended. Sure, there was the occasional rumor or whisper, but they were vastly overshadowed. Classes pass and the weather finally starts getting warmer again. It really felt like a victory lap compared to how turbulent the first half of the year was. Olivia in particular decided that she'd live here for too long without exploring much, so she got a new fire in her to see the city inside and out. We got to see it all: art galleries, grand luxurious malls, underground tunnel systems, the local state park, just seeing everything the city could offer. We even went back to visit the arcade a few times. And that brings us here. From the public school standpoint, I consider it our final destination. Not the last class, or the graduation itself, or even the after party Olivia and I skipped to cuddle together at my place. I had something better in mind, something I always wanted to do since my folks moved here. And finally, I was able to make a plan and put it into action. Liz's hatchback barrels down the freeway. The trunk is completely packed for a week-long trip ahead of us. Not driving though, the location is shockingly close. Olivia holds my arm close, jittering a bit in anticipation. I'd always heard that this place, but I never actually been. I have once. Was in elementary school, but it was a blast. Did you get to go surfing? No, I don't plan to. What about you, Inko? You up for hanging 10? Maybe, although I'd rather avoid the burial at sea. That actually does scare me a bit. Wuss. I mentioned we go to explore everything the city had to offer. That wasn't exactly true. There's one place I've been avoiding having to mention just for the occasion. Something we'd all talked about together and decided to save for the very last. And we're getting ever closer as Liz drives onto the humongous concrete bridge jutting out across the shore. Our fifth passenger speaks up. I'd actually briefly considered setting up a senior trip down here. Oh, I'm so glad you didn't. I would have resigned from treasurer on the spot. It never would have flied, yeah, especially with the audit. Everyone shut up, I see it. All of us lean forward, trying to get a glimpse at our destination. Just off the coast of the city, there's an island. You know how the city is called Volcadra Bluffs? Well, I'd seen the bluffs. I just hadn't seen the caldera or the Vol. The island hosts both. Manyo Hui, it's called, and Kawela a Kekai I Kailani, being the three volcanoes making up the archipelago. I probably butchered that, sorry. With its lush natural forestry, the island was labeled a national park. Every last plant here grew of its own accord, creating a wild jungle that beautifully engulfs every section of life here. All the way up towards the mountain peak, where numerous hiking trails lead to a scenic view of the dormant volcano, as well as a panoramic of the island itself. Then there's a small yet bustling town that sits just above the golden sand beaches, where the aquatic dino inhabitants make their real living. So many unique boutiques there, full to bursting with handmade trinkets that perfectly capture the island's community. And then there's the few resorts, such as the one we're staying at, nestled on the foothills to give the tourist a best view possible. Our connected suites face towards the towering mountain, with our shared balcony providing us a view almost directly on the largest dormant volcano. It was the perfect setup there, not only with the well-padded lawn chairs, but even a built-in grill for Olivia and Damien to fight over. I step out of the shower and start drying off with a towel. All day today, we got to see as many sights the island has to offer as we could. True to his word, Damien's top priority was surfing lessons. He'll be down at the shore every day this week for a few hours. Olivia tells me dinos can't get sunburnt, but I swear he seemed a little redder this afternoon. Speaking of, Olivia offered to handle my sunscreen treatment. I don't know which of us was more eager. Me for avoiding the harsh sun's rays, or Olivia who looked elated at the idea of being handsy with me. And while she did a good job, I felt the need for a sun-based guts tattoo was too much. At first, we all hung together, checking out the shops and restaurants we wanted to visit. But after Damien ran off on his own, we started to disperse and go on our own adventures. Liz found a place that would give her a full neck massage. Ben became engrossed in the cultural side of the island, taking a foot tour through the history of Manuahi. And Olivia and I had decided to hang out at a luau, sampling the bonfire cooked meats while watching the lively fire dance show. There's just one last thing tonight. If you ask me, it's the most important part. I exit the bathroom in a fresh set of clothes. Outside, the sky is beginning to darken. The sun is riding along the edge of the monolithic husk of a volcano. That's why I picked this resort. There's not a better view in the state. Olivia lays around on one of the large beds. She sips an exotic juice cocktail and flips through a travel magazine. Took long enough, you sampling every darn soap they got in there. I'm just thorough. If I'd known you'd take half an hour, I would have gone first. It's about time to meet up. I take the spot next beside her. I see Olivia's phone resting on her stomach. How'd the call with your dad go? The older baryonyx had called just as we got back to our room, which is why I got first dibs on our shower. Oh, we should have talked for longer if I had known you wanted to drain all the hotel's water. He's good, though. Said he'd try to come home by summer's end. That'd be awesome. We could have another pool party at Damien's. Anyway, how long till everyone's back? Soon. I'm gonna go clean up. Relax, I can wait. Olivia sets herself on a well-cleaned carpet and starts marching toward the bathroom. Nah, you go ahead and set up. Hold on. She picks up a soda from the mini fridge and flicks the door shut with her hip. The can drained and crumpled in seconds, and she gifts me a piece of litter. Wow, treasure. Yep, I'll come find you guys when I'm done, alright? Sure. The door clicks behind her, and I start making preparations. I pick up our room's phone and dial the number for room service. A brief phone call later, and the order is placed for some pizzas, 3 pepperoni and 1 with anchovies. It's set to deliver to my next destination. I find the mini cooler I brought and fill it up with ice and more sodas from the fridge. And lastly is my camera bag and tripod, which I sling over my shoulder. Carrying everything, I step out of the bungalow into the fresh, humid air. There's a huge shared balcony nearby, intended for the parties and equipped for buffets. To my luck, the whole place is vacant, to make claim on the table closest to the edge. From here, the whole town below sits in view of us. I notice it's layered from tropical jungle civilization to beachfront. Across the water, the city is still visible, near enough to remind me we're close to home, but far enough to feel like we're in another world. It's a lot to take in. I let my breath out and inhale deeply. Let's make the most of this while it lasts. Setting the mini cooler down on the floor near the wall, I spend the next few minutes gazing out over the view of the island. It's hard to look away, and I already getting the ideas where we could go next. But I have a task to perform first. I set my camera and tripod in an ideal location, retrieving my new remote. Hey there you are. Turning around, I spot Damien approaching me with a quickened pace. I almost flinch until he walks right past me, stopping next to the mini cooler and patting the top of it as he fetches a can of soda. Like, don't run away now, you hear? Don't think it'll have much to say back, Damien. Everything's on its way. I just ordered pizza. It should be here soon. Cool. Liz and the 4i number will be here in a second. Damien drops down on the seat, gnawing on the top of the soda can off and drinking its contents. Dang, this place is something else though, isn't it? Thanks, Cinco. No problem. I'm glad we could do something like this. True to Damien's word, Liz strolls out of her bungalow. She's sharing with Damien, yawning into her hand. Her head seems to be swinging around more than usual. Oh, I feel amazing. I can't believe I never tried acupuncture. Everything's just so effortless, it's crazy. She joins us by the table, continuing to rave about her spa treatment. And they just so coordinated, like a pit stop crew on a race. They called it Aikumi La'au treatment. I think it's my species in their native language. Neat. Actually, I took Olivia down to Little Trudon a while back. He told us the Japanese word for gator is Wani. I think I've heard that somewhere before. But she's baryonyx, isn't she? Ben is the latest to join us. I check back at the window to my bungalow and see Olivia's out of the shower getting ready. That's what she said, but there's a resemblance that's undeniable. Oh, absolutely. In elementary school, whenever a teacher did the "see you later, alligator" thing, everyone would point to her. She hated it. Oh, hey, I know you're not telling anyone about the dark trauma of my past. Olivia approaches, freshly washed and carrying quite a payload with her. Geez, is that all your art stuff? You know vacations are to get away from work, right? Can it, unless you want to wake up tomorrow with a mustache. She moves from her chair to the table facing the balcony and unfolds a travel easel. Atop a plain sketch pad is placed, but Olivia procures a small paint palette instead of a pencil. Right away, she gets to work, starting with a brilliant red near the top of the page. Don't stare, keep talking. Just going on about our days. I checked out a few of the trails just before I got back. Some beautiful stuff around here. You guys should check it out. Ooh, hold that thought. Heck yeah. He points to an approaching pair of dino ladies carrying large trays. They set them down on the table, 4 fresh steaming pizzas. Liz has to hold Damien back from drooling a hole in the table. Olivia, however, has her attention split between her canvas and the fresh food. But she shakes her head and goes back to it. You don't even want one? Here. I pick up a slice, careful not to drop it, and bring it over to Olivia's mouth. When she notices, she opens wide and chomps half of it in one mouthful. Alright, now it's a party! Damien springs for some pizza himself. And once we settle in for real, he gets Liz's attention. Yo, Liz, your last year as you expected? I remember you going on about it just before senior year started. Oh, no, not at all. My predictions were way off course. I never expected things to turn out like this, but I'm glad it did. It's been nuts for everyone. I don't think anyone here is the same person they were before. What about you, Inko? What were you expecting as the new guy? That's a good question. I remember when I first stepped off the metro for the first day of school, I wanted to have lots of friends, most of all. I'd actually never made friends before, not like you guys. Just people I'd known for as long as I was around, before I had to move again. So it was my goal to get as many as I could. Yeah, how'd that go? I didn't know friendship could be so exhausting. But so rewarding too. All the trails and tribulations and everything, I think they were all worth it. Because I made friends with you all. I look at a certain girl who remains silent but not inattentive as I catch her own eyes staring my way. And more. So, I guess it sums up, it's been an experience I never want to give up, Damien. Despite the ups and downs and twists and turns. I certainly never would have guessed the new student would have been such a wrench in the works. Getting so tangled up in Olivia, Mia, everyone else. And me. I was in a bad situation, and I'm not anymore. Thinking on it, things were set in motion from day one, huh? Hey, I'm grateful. Thanks. Yo, Olivia. I'm going around the table and asking for your input one last time. What do you think? She stops brushing and looks me in the eye before turning all the way with a smile. About the new human student waltzing in and wrecking our way of life. I'm currently relaxing at a fancy-as-hell beach resort with some of my favorite people, one of which I thought I'd never be friends with again. All thanks to my boyfriend. She looks back at me. Yeah, you did good, soldier. And Damien, I really appreciate you always trying to include me. Damien brushed the back of his head. He's got nothing to say for once. From there, the conversation drips from topic to topic. Liz in particular gets into a bragging competition with Ben when she talks about the colleges she's applying to, and he rebuted with his own lofty goals. Damien pretended to moderate the whole debate before declaring both of them were eggheads. Olivia joins in sometimes, but for the most part focuses on her little project. Ben busts out a poker set he brought with him, complete with chips. As the sun gets closer and closer to setting, we all enjoy the evening. Oh. The sun's nearly set. The rest of the pizza's nearly out, and Ben runs out to get more soda and chips. I look out over the balcony to the city below, forming different plans for what we could do tomorrow. The possibilities are endless, aren't they? Behind me, I hear Liz chuckling to herself as she clacks the poker chips she drained from us into a neat stack. As it turned out, she had an unbeatable poker face. Match after match, she'd shark the whole table. Wait, what if she was stretching her neck? She was... Something tugs at my sleeve. Hey. Yo, come here. I'm led by the sleeve to another of the lawn chairs where Olivia sits me down. She then takes a moment to look at me, even goes as far as adjusting my legs for some reason. Then she's satisfied with my position. Olivia lifts herself right up into my lap with the use of her arms and tail, wiggling herself around until her back is pressed firmly against my chest. Whoa, what's all this about? Her tail whips around my waist, securing herself to me. Finish touches, look. She points to the propped-up easel. Finally, I can see what she's been working on. It's impressive how she managed to draw our villa. She'd been working on this for some time, and the piece looks complete already. I start to ask what she means by finishing touches when she places the brush in my hand. Inko, help me finish it. Her voice is soft and inviting, and her hand covers mine gently. How could I even consider resisting? Ah, magnifique. What? No, keep it good. Keep going. Alright. While she said keep going, I start to feel her hand guiding my gentle strokes. Slowly, the beautiful painting reaches completion, and all the while Olivia and I bask in each other's holds. My chin rests atop her head as she tries to concentrate, and her tail slithers and coils around my waist, keeping me as close to her as possible. Sadly, we're losing sunlight, and the painting won't be able to dry overnight with how humid it is. It looks fantastic, Olivia. I know. I just want to keep going, though. In the morning, then, okay? She grumbles to herself, but I feel her head nod. I try to move my leg, only for her tail to constrict just a bit too tight for comfort. Stay. What about... Stay. Already, she placed her palette and brush aside, leaning back heavily against me. I'll stay, but the painting should be put up. This Gator says later. Right now we cuddle. Is there any pizza left? Yeah, we saved some since we didn't want to interrupt your moment. Shut up, I'm allowed to have this. Liz giggles into her hands and nods. A pizza pan is brought over and a circle is formed around it. Olivia basks in the delicious taste, chomping down on the last slice with a wide smile. I nearly bumped something off the table. It's Olivia's sketchbook. Hey, Olivia. You remember back on the second day of school? We played that drawing game in Miss Prockling's class? Yeah. I think that was the first big thing to draw us together. I think you're right. What was? There's this game with each student plays, passing around a note and doodling on it together. Oh, that. I never got to participate. I just kept passing it along. I'd always draw a dick. Yeah. I kind of want to do it again. Like a little send-off to our year at St. Homans. You're corny. Nevertheless, she picks up the sketch pad and passes it to me. Yeah, I want to draw what I'll remember the year the most by. Geez, there's too much to pick from. Let me start then. Hand it over this way. Sure. Ben gets the pad and starts carefully scribbling something down. In the meantime, Liz pipes up. So, any plans yet? She looks towards Olivia just as she finishes the final slice. Well... Ben here insists I should at least get some fancy diploma or something, just for the sake of it. So, probably one of the nearby schools here, just for a bit at least. I meant for tomorrow. Though, I could help you find one if you want. I already got a couple acceptance letters. Actually, I've gotten one too. Wasn't anything really amazing, truthfully. At least I won't have to worry about student debt, thanks to my parents offering to foot the bill. Ben passes the sketchbook to Damien. No dicks. I know, geez. What about you, Ben? You going straight to school after summer? Wow. He hums to himself as he stares off into the distance. I was thinking of taking a few months off. A close friend had a vacancy in their backpacking trip starting next month. And she said it'd be good for me. I'd figured I'd consider my future after I've seen some of the world. Sounds romantic, dude. Should tell Lunara how you feel during it, man. Damn it! He grins and points a finger gun at Ben. Oh man, all of you are going right back to school? I was just gonna find a job or something. Oh no, not without some help, Damien. Knowing you, you'd end up working as some sign spinner or something. Hey, sign spinning looks fun. Liz finally gives Olivia the sketchbook. From my angle here, I see it's really filling up. No peeking. Bleh. She makes quick work of her sketch, and finally the circle is complete when I get the sketchbook back. Pick something good to finish it off, alright? The page is like a little scrapbook of our time at St. Homans. Ben had drawn our brief gig at Latican's apprentice for that wedding. Damien tried his best to depict the arcade trip. And Liz chose to depict her dancing with Damien. I knew it was going to come up. Olivia, in turn, drew a dance alongside it. Boy, do I have some competition here. Alright. One last drawing. Let's see. It's hard to do this with a mouse. Shut up, everybody. Drawing joins the rest, and I look over the whole thing once more. Cute. I think you've gotten a little better. I want to keep this one. It's all yours. I keep talking about our senior year and what comes next for some time. Finally, the sun has set and the moon has risen, framing the balcony perfectly for what I was waiting for. I motion to Olivia so she finally lets me stand, which she reluctantly does. Standing and stretching, I feel the pins and needles in my legs slowly fade as I walk to the corner of the balcony. Oh, reliable, I must have taken hundreds of pictures with this bad boy. None of them seem to have noticed it, thankfully, as I look again at the chattering group in the balcony. My friends. Somehow I think this picture will mark the precise end of one point in our lives and start another. Maybe that's what all pictures do. I make quick work of setting up Just right. The angle, the settings, everything. Yep, it's time. Hey everyone! Heads turn. Olivia rolls her eyes but smiles, seeing I'm up to my old tricks. Yo, I see where this is going. Alright, just one. Thanks. I got a feeling this is gonna be a keeper. Damien adjusts his seats to bring Liz closer to him. The focus, F-step, and ISO are all ideal. No worries for motion blur or anything. I quickly go to sit right by Olivia again, embracing her in a similar way. How do we know when it's done? It's not on a timer. I got the switch here. Oh, so on cheese? Sure. Actually, better yet, I just thought of something, just for Olivia. We were talking about this earlier. I tell them what I thought up and Olivia's brow furrows defiantly. That's lame. Please don't. My camera. Blah. Just this one time, alright? You got it. Everyone ready? One more and I'm enveloped in Olivia's arms and tail, and I can feel her joy and annoyance radiate from her brilliantly in the last rays of sunlight. All eyes look at my DSLR set in the corner, smiles adorning faces from the perspective of this moment being immortalized forever. Here's to the future, yeah? And to good fortunes to come. And good friends we've all made. It's just a picture, don't make it weird. I think it's a bit more than that. 3, 2, 1. I Wani hug that gator! And there you have it. The best ending of I Wani hug that gator. I absolutely adored this game. I thought it was fantastic. You can also buy merch for it too. They did open up a merch store. So everybody that worked on this game did a beyond fantastic job. The fact it got me emotionally means a lot. Inko and Olivia haven't been seen in a while. What the fuck? I barely even have time for myself, between studying and whatnot. Although I may take a break, it'd be nice for them to take my whatnot on a double date. I'll be down in the city again soon. I think I'll call them now to arrange something. I love the sketches. Those two? They're doing great. Thanks for asking. How am I doing? I'm glad you asked. I finally found a career path that really speaks to me. Starting next week, I'm not going to be Damien any longer. My new name is Rory the Reading Raptor. What? I love this. Gotcha, Anon. Hello? Oh, it's you. Inko and Olivia, they've moved. They're still a short drive away, but just the town over while Olivia's in college. I think Inko said he found himself an internship. It's a little annoying having to drive the extra distance, but her stuff is really flying off the shelves these days at my store, and Damien loves coming along to catch up. Aw, I love this. Hey girl, haven't seen you forever. Like, when was the last time? It was just before that school dance thing. Oh, why'd we even hang out with that around that bitch? I always hated her. She was just a different person before. So, do you got a design I asked for? You know it. I'll make a tribal garbs by the next huge thing to take off. Trust me. Excellent. Everybody in this did such a fantastic job, I'm not even joking. Look at all of you. All of you deserve all of the love, all you Anons. Nito and Halford? Those names will stick with me for better or worse. Mostly for the stress they cause me. It's like they were magnets for trouble, always right in front of the auditor. But I am keeping an eye on their careers. They may be visiting again sooner. than they expected. Ingo and Oliver. Where's her? Ingo. I don't think I can do his original voice. Ingo and Oliver. I don't watch cooking shows. They were students here, Sully. Oh, the monkey boy. I'm proud of him. He's a good soldier, and I wish him luck in his cooking thing. Why is he in his underwear? Oh, little Inko. I feel in a world where everyone was constantly giving him advice, I was the only one listening to him at times. I'm grateful for him, truly. I've never felt closer to the youth of today. Although, after that head slide I'd pulled, my back was killing me for ages. But it was nice to feel young again. I hope the young love those two share blossom into something beautiful. You guys did a great job with animations. I love this game. I cannot recommend it enough to everybody. Now, if there ends up being mods, if anybody could let me know, I will totally play them. Oh, those two? They just came to visit us last week. Guess they missed my cooking too much. It was so nice to see them again, especially since we only have Vinny with us in the house now. I do miss those times when the house was more hectic, as surprising as that sounds. They're their own people now, but our little nest is always open for them. Aw, it's Guts. So who on the team actually has a rat? I'm curious. Oh, it's Gentleman Guts. Quite the gentleman. Inky and Livy? Yeah, they came by not too long ago. We spent the whole morning just playing video games. And after that, Inky tried to play street hockey with me. It was so much fun, and he looked really happy, even after I accidentally hit him with a slap shot. Even Olivia agreed that he had fun, but he was too tired and needed to take a nap because he was getting old. So, you and that psycho Ben guy, I never took you for that type. Don't call him that, you skank. You know I love you, girl. I don't mean nothing by it. You found someone too, I see. Yeah, he's just my type. He plays video games and he doesn't shower and he moderates online forums. Are you fucking... Oh, really? Really, those two? Okay, no, I'm down for that one. I'm down for that. Everyone got to be happy. Inko. Oh, he was one of Trent's assistants at my wedding. It hasn't been that long, honestly. I don't know what voice to give him, what I give him. Oh yeah, I remember. We wished we could have seen him at Trent's services, lent an ear to him and all. Send our regards his way. I may have a request for him soon. We just found out that we're gonna have a kid. We definitely need some high quality photos of that day. Olivia, yes, I know her well. Showed up one day with a whole stack of paintings demanding I put them up right away. She and her boyfriend bought a few particular paintings on the spot as well in cash. Turns out they were just going to donate them back permanently, so I gave them a discount. But what a strange couple. This is so cute. Dev Anon. Truly the best Anon. All of the Anons are the best. I can't make fun of anybody. A human and a baryonyx. That does ring a bell, yes. They visited the park more than once. And they helped clean up a litter around a few picnic sites. Gives me hope to see that people still like that. I hope they're doing fine. Glad I can. My grandfather as well. While he says he's retired, he still goes out of his way to teach the children our family traditions. Yet that old man, I swear, he should be enjoying his retirement and stay away from the fires. I couldn't imagine a show without him trying to hide in the audience as if we wouldn't notice him. I just hope he is well enough once we take our show on the road. The Ashtail's next stage is somewhere just beyond the horizon after all. Oh good, everybody got a great ending. Oh, I love that. Welcome, my friend. Are you here for the usual? Well, I have been practicing a new technique. After all, as an artist must always challenge their skill, so must a chef and showman work to expand their rapport. Do be mindful, though, that you should lean back. My last friend is still missing his eyebrows. I love these little sketches. Never heard of him. You got the wrong person. Now scram, I'm busy trying to get certified as a real mechanic. I don't got time to reminisce about randos and if I know them or not. Maybe I did a long time ago, but not anymore. Not anymore. Well, she's trying to better herself. Oh, my stupid gator drawing. Cute. The end. It's wonderful. Ending 4 of 4. As we step out of the theater hall together, the harsh glare from the afternoon sun is the only stymied by my prescription glasses. The rest of our group aren't so lucky as I listen to their hisses of pain. We stop just beside the box office poster of the last work from the production company Olivia and I got to work for. What'd you two think? Olivia and I turned to look at our guests, excited to hear their thoughts. This was the glowing start of our careers after all. And while we're only interns now, the studio had promised us at least part-time positions for quality of our work. My girlfriend's hand-painted poster was definitely drawing eyes. As for me, I was in charge of finding the locales for various scenes. This meant I was out in the field taking scenic photos to show directors exactly how certain shots should be framed. That and I had to start training for actual camera work too. Well, I thought it was good. Man, that script kind of sucked, huh? Didn't you just ask them their opinions? And the score. And the acting. Basically everything that wasn't advertising and cinematography. Aren't you humble? The movie was fine. Get better standards. I don't want to work on bad movies. I want to work on good ones. That's true. Nobody ever gets anywhere by underselling themselves. Should you really be criticizing Liz? You're still selling Olivia's prints after all. Well, you also do have a start somewhere. Everyone was an amateur once, even you guys. With a loud harumph, Olivia crossed her arms. Well, see if I invite you next time then. I didn't mean it like that, Olivia. You and Inko did great. The set looked fantastic and the locations were really good too. Inko, tell her I didn't mean it. Olivia's already knows, even with her head turned away. I can see how her tail is flicking from side to side. Well, only one thing to do. Our our Dilo Spino friend motions towards the long and dirty red carpet still sitting in the foyer of the theater. Taking his signal, I slowly push Olivia over it, my partner pretending to wave at imaginary crowds for the premiere of the film. Finally, we exit the building. Liz is right behind us, holding the door open for Damien as he finishes rolling up the runner he brought from home just for the occasion. You guys have any other plans for today? Oh yeah, sorry about my boss needs me at the studio soon. They want to make sure I remember the script for tomorrow's morning show. I thought you said you ad-libbed everything. Yeah, why do you think they're calling me in again? I hid my wince. It's all good. The writers are just butthurt that I come up with better lines all the time. Liz sighs. I've also got a business to attend to. There's a full crate waiting in my office that I need to process, and Lunara asked me to set some aside, and then there's a historical foundation whose order is missing end. Breathe, sunflower. Damien rubs her back soothingly, making her head drop slightly. Right, sorry. That's fine. You already received my newest set, though, right? Yeah, yes, and there's already a queue of buyers. You're really starting to take off. Because you're a good saleswoman. They smile at one another. Do you two need a ride? Olivia shakes her head in the negative. We'll be good, Liz. In that case, we'll see you two later. Bye, Olivia. Bye, Inko. Swing by my office sometime. We'll do brunch. Sounds like a plan. Oh, and Inko? I receive his silent message with a nod. My fingers brush over my pocket and Damien nods. He smiles in recognition, both of us grinning as if our girlfriends look confused. With the waves of goodbye, we separate ways and our oldest friends heading towards the parking lot while we veer toward the sidewalk. Traveling down the worn pavement of Volcadra Bluffs, Olivia and I reminisce. Pointed at how much or how little the city had changed around us, and we wandered aimlessly down memory lane. Though, as we wandered, I know there's a destination I'm particularly heading for. Carefully, we wave our path to the end goal, hearing the tiniest gasp from my girlfriend when she sees the familiar water fountain feature. Entering that park from so long ago, Olivia can only smile and take in how it all looks like the exact same. Even the stairs upwards, though this time I'm more capable of carrying her. I've recently gotten into a bit of farming as well. I got a little garden going. It's tough work, but the fresh food is well worth it. I've been considering documenting my process and posting it online. Maybe some of my other findings. Turns out self-sustainability makes you a lot more in tune with the world you live in. I ease her down gently on the ledge of the fountain, her tail tip tracing over the water's surface slowly. Wow, I can't believe it's still here. Yeah, brings back a lot of memories. For just a moment, the park is all white. The air is cold, and the younger Olivia is sitting beside me. And with a blink, I'm back to the present, though Olivia seems to still be in that moment as she stares wistfully at the water pouring down the fountainhead. Time passes as I simply stand beside her, listening to the trickle of water splash down. Finally, I feel her claws take hold of my hand, the scales of her palms meeting the skin of mine. She's finally come back. A heavy shudder breath passes through her lips. Welcome back. She rolls her eyes and snorts derisively, but her fingers tighten around my hand. It feels like a lifetime ago now, doesn't it? Yeah, but I still remember it perfectly, right down to our lousy wishes. She turns herself fully to me. I think they were good wishes. They came true after all. She looks back at the fountain. Yeah, they did. That was a pretty wild day, huh? Real bittersweet. Yeah, we were pretty dumb back then. At least I was, trying to jump up here. And then you helped Then I helped you the rest of the way, yeah. It's a good kind of stupid. Miss Scaler got a hold of me the other day. She wants me to be an alumni speaker. Back in the same classroom even. I'll stand where he stood. You gonna do it? I think I will. I want to pass on the others what was passed on to me. In a way, it all started here. It was. Those were some pretty lucky wishes. I want to test it. I quirk an eyebrow at her. I'm saying we should do it again. All right then. With my free hand, I reach into my pocket. Oops, wrong one. Only thing in this pocket, and it isn't a coin. I have to draw away my hand so I can check my last pocket, and come up with only a single silver quarter. Well, do you want to have the wish? She chews on her lip in thought. What if we both flip it and wish it? Like sharing? Yeah, like sharing. Together then. Olivia nods, once more taking my hand. The coin is balanced on my finger and her thumb is primed to flick it. On 3, 2, 1. Despite the awkwardness, Olivia manages to flip the coin perfectly into the well. I make my wish, curling my hand around hers, although it sort of forms like into a prayer by the end. It's an important one. Well, what'd you wish for? Looking all intense like that. You go first. Olivia's hand leaves mine once more, and she clenches her fingers together in her lap. To be as good a teacher as he was, and to be able to bring out the most in those around me. You've already done so with me. You're making me blush, cut it out. Okay, what's yours? My wish? And dead. I Want to Hug That Gator by Cave Anon. We've seen that. We can skip. So that's I Want to Hug That Gator. You've unlocked several achievements. So we don't have any, like, there's no mods yet. These are all the achievements. I should have gotten that one. That's weird. Which one did I not get? Yeah, I got everything. That is weird. That might be a glitch. Got all the animations. Yeah, it's a little finicky on stuff. Oh, I did miss 2. That's very odd. So guys, thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys for the next game. Be awesome and check out my other channel, Sinfully Pure, and check out my links in the description. Have a great day, guys, and let me know what visual novels you want to see me play. Bye, everybody, and once again, thank you to the devs of this game. You're all very awesome. Bye.